Check it out, baby. DJ Melvino. We here back at another new episode, new scenery. I'm excited for this episode. I got my boy Jose, and we got a special guest. I'm gonna let him introduce himself real quick.
So my name is Mike. I go by a couple of names: Haitian Mike, Michael, Golson, Dorsaint, whatever you want to call me. I'm excited to be here with these guys to kind of have a little fun here.
First of all, thank you, Mike, for letting us be part of this project. It looks pretty awesome.
Thank you.
It looks like it's something new is coming, and I'm very excited.
Thank you.
So we're gonna introduce ourselves, and people that follow us and new followers, they're gonna know a little bit more about you and your business. Can you tell us a little bit about your business, please?
Well, which one? This major?
This one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this concept Medusa Lounge is something that I explored about a month and a half ago. It was actually originally called Taste Lounge. The owner, which is a buddy of mine, he owned a couple of funeral home businesses, and he decided to open another location in my hometown, DC. And he was like, man, I want to sell the business because I want to focus more on the funeral business. And I said, man, okay. And I had just, last year around this time, I had opened my other venue called Dream CLT.
Same in the city?
Same city, it's in Charlotte, it's right across the street from the Panther Stadium. So when this opportunity came knocking, I said, you know what? I wasn't looking for it. Came to see it, liked the location, liked the area. I saw the vision of what I always had in mind. And I said, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to buy it from him.
Yeah.
And I decided to buy it from him within a month and a half. I did some renovation here to where now we are actually, we've been opening, and I've been doing moderation since I took over.
Yeah.
But the official grand opening for Medusa will be July 14th.
So this is not the grand opening?
This is not the grand
It
opening.
looks amazing.
Yeah,
It looks
thank you.
You guys been doing an amazing job with the setup.
Yeah, thank you. Now, we appreciate it. The great thing, amazing thing about Medusa Lounge is you get two world in one, right? And what I mean by two world in one is the Medusa side is more of a restaurant, lounge, cocktail. We don't focus on bottle service here. We play a diverse of music. You never know, you're gonna get Latin, you're gonna get Afrobeats, you're gonna get house music.
You bring in everything.
Everything. You know, we don't do the trap, we don't do the hip hop, because again, this is a grown and sexy vibe.
Wow.
And then we have the other side of Medusa, which is the Brew Garden. So if you walk down this ramp here, it's going to take you to a whole different world. So with the Brew Garden, focus more on like a bar, scenery, sports, chill, relax. You can watch the game, you can bring your dogs, you can bring your family, you can play pool, you can play PlayStation. You know, we got a lot. You can play PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah. We got 8 TVs on that side. I mean, we got beer pong. We got a lot of things for you to keep you entertained. If you just want to be sportish, family, dog friendly vibe. So you get two different vibes in one spot.
Yeah. So how do you come up with the name?
So I came up with actually, to be honest, if I'm being honest, right, I didn't come up with the name. Someone came up with the name, and when they came up with the name, I remember the history behind Medusa, right? And I said, it's catchy. It's very catchy, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run with the name. And you know, my mom was really very proud of me of the name, right? And, you know, but the thing about the name, yeah, it is very catchy. The design that we created for it, the logo, a lot of people love it. We get a lot of great feedback. We get a lot of great feedback and concept about this spot. We haven't really been fully open, but we've been getting a great amount of traffic. You know, especially you got, you know, Roxy, April, who really been supporting the vision of Medusa. Friday night, right now, we've been having a great Latin night Friday, very diverse. So I'm just very excited about what's about to happen with this.
Yeah, I'm stunned. Like, you guys have been doing an amazing job between all the promo, the marketing that I've been seeing around. Hell, just even being here and seeing the hookah as a Medusa, like that caught my attention. So I gotta give you my flowers. Now, for our followers, you know, they're so used to seeing us in our studio. You know, this is where we, you know, stream our episodes. That now we actually streaming outside in a new scenery. Like, we just want to say thank you. Like, it's an honor to be in your environment and provide a different vibe and tell people Medusa and tell people your goals.
Yeah, well, my goal is to continue to raise the bar, right? Raise the standard for myself, right? because at the end of the day, I'm a type of person is, coming from my upbringing, I'm culture, I'm Haitian, right? I came to the U.S. at the age 9, with my parents. I didn't really have, I had to learn the American traditional ways, right?
So where are you really from, Mike?
I'm from Haiti.
From Haiti?
Yeah, but I grew up in Washington, D.C., Maryland, DMV. I moved to Charlotte about 8 years ago from the DMV. When I came here, I didn't know anybody in Charlotte, right? I had to really build my brand, get to know people, really going out, entertainment-wise. And that's kind of what really transpired, the whole restaurant, lounge, club. Because coming out here, I really got involved in the entertainment industry, right? So from that point of it, all the money that I was spending, going out, right, to the bar, the clubs, anybody would tell you, I would go to the club, spend $1,000 on sections. And at one point, I'm like, yo, what the hell am I doing, right?
Yeah.
So I said to myself, well, you got the connects, by the grace of God, you have the financial,
everything is on
right?
the grace of God, man.
So why don't you go ahead and open your spot and make money while, you're having fun as well?
Yeah.
So that's why I end up having my own spot, currently 3 spots at this moment. I also have a boat company called Dorsaint Paradise. So if you fellas ever need a boat, rent a boat, let me know as well.
Oh, wow, you do that too?
We do that too. I got a car, I got a black car service. So if you ever want to take your lady out or go to the game, you want a driver to pick you up, we got some nice cars in our lineup with a driver that will pick you up, take you wherever you want to go. So I do everything.
I always ask this question, is there any advice that you will give to someone who wants to start like investing or open up a business? I know there's a point in your life where you're like, right now you said it, oh, I'm spending too much money, but you have to keep going,
Right.
Is there any advice you can give to whoever's listening to us?
So, to be honest, advice that I would give somebody that wants to get into a business, open up a business, I would say first thing is make sure it's something that you have a passion for. And the passion is one thing, right? But also is make sure it's something that's in demand. Because a lot of times people open businesses that's not in demand and they struggle to keep it open. And the reason why, when it comes to the restaurant, right, the club or lounge, everybody gets hungry, right? Everybody want to go out to eat. Everybody want to try the next menu, the next food, right?
Right.
The next drink, the next cocktail. Everybody always want to celebrate when the weekends, birthdays, anniversary, celebration, right? So those things always going to be in demand, and that's why if anybody, like you asked me, wants to get into start a business, make sure it's something that they have a passion for. Because again, when you have that passion, that desire, because when that tough time comes, that struggle comes, you want to give up. You get frustrated. You're not going to give up as easy.
What motivation, Mike?
Say that again?
What motivation? What's your motivation?
What motivates me is myself. The fear of losing. I hate to lose, so I always have a sense of drive to succeed. I motivate myself, and after that, I would say my family, to support my family.
So what's some challenges that comes with being an entrepreneur? 'Cause it's definitely safe to three businesses, it's definitely safe you're an entrepreneur. So what's some challenges, some obstacles that you got to constantly face?
Listen, there's a couple challenges that you face. The constant people that works for you not being able to deliver or follow the process that you put in place. We live in a society now where people half-ass things. They not hard worker like back when we grew up. So everybody have this microwave effect of accomplishing things. So a lot of people don't want to go through the trial period.
To the struggle.
Yeah,
right?
they want the fast thing. So that get very frustrating because you find yourself having to babysit a lot of grown adults because of those reasons. So that's one as a business person that gets really challenging and frustrated. Not finding, it's hard to find core people that have the same vision and have the same value of success. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I would say that one of the most challenging part. And the second part of it is challenge as an entrepreneur is the fact that you have to be disciplined because the grind never stops.
Yeah, never.
Right?
It's 24/7.
Right,
Yeah.
it never stops.
It's 24/7.
Yeah, when you don't want to answer that phone calls, or you don't want to get up, or you don't want to pay for this because of a budget purpose, you have to challenge yourself to get up, to push yourself, even when it gets tired, even though when you're mentally drained.
Was there a moment right now, like during the opening, where you doubted about the business, or you say, you know what, I don't think I can do this?
Shit, I almost go raw, but hold on, let me get my tip.
Go ahead. Do you think?
So, in the beginning, is the fact that the traffic is a little bit less traffic, right? But for me, before I open certain things, right, I go about it a different way than the average person, right? So like for instance, whether it's Dream, this spot, when I bought them from the previous owner, for that first couple months, I kept them under the same name, right? I kept them in the same name.
Just to attract the same.
Correct, right? During the course of time period, I'm making moderation as I go. I'm putting money into marketing, right? I'm putting my all into it. So I'm building it while I'm still having some traffic going in. I never shut down any business that I decide to buy or go into. I don't go and shut it down and say, hey, I'm gonna put $50,000 into renovation and shut it down for 2 or 3 weeks.
That's really smart.
I don't do that because now I'm putting money in. I don't have any money coming in, right?
You keep making money.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what I'd rather do is I'd rather allow it to continue to stay open with the current customer that I already have. While those customers there, I'm making my modifications, my changes through time. Now it's not stopping the flow of business, but it's elevating the business at the same time. So that's what I would say. Anybody that's really looking to get into kind of like a restaurant, club, lounge type of business, even real estate, right? Use what you got and build from it.
Now, anytime you have like a business like this regarding nightlife or even a restaurant or a lounge, I feel like the ambience is very important. The type of vibe you bring is important, which is where the DJ comes in. I feel like having a good DJ plays a huge factor in the location. So I want to ask you, like, how you manage that? Do you book your own DJ? Do you have someone that books it for you, or?
So, and that's a great question. So the DJ plays a major role as far as the influence when it comes to this industry, right? And sometimes going cheap ain't always the best with the DJ, because you could have that DJ that you book for $150, right? Give you an example. And that one Friday you had a lot of customer or good foot traffic, but that DJ was so terrible now, right? They didn't have a good time. They gone now trying to get these customers to come back again. Nah, the vibe was bad. They don't went on social media.
They're not going to talk about the business. They're going to talk about your business.
Right. I went to the spot. The DJ was whack, terrible. I would never go again. So one thing I'm trying to do now is trying to find a medium point to have me a great DJ. Even it might be over my little budget.
Yeah.
I'll pay a good DJ because I understand that DJ going to help me build that night.
But what are you looking for when it comes to booking a DJ? Is there a specific thing you're looking for in a DJ?
I look at their followers to see what type of followers they have if they even meet the vision in my venue, right?
Yeah.
So like for example, certain DJs I book for this venue, I would not book for Dream, and vice versa. Certain DJs I have at Dream, I wouldn't book for here because the vision and the audience is different.
That's a good
right?
thing. You're trying to separate it.
Correct.
The different concepts, yeah.
And then, so that's one thing I look at. And second thing I look at is I'm big on family energy, right? Because my upbringing. I see how DJ handle my establishment, how they communicate with my staff, also with my customers, how they engage with them, to decide if it's a DJ that I'm going to continue to build a relationship with. Because I like to be consistent with DJs. So I deal with my DJs, I deal with my promoters, because at the end of the day, I understand the importance of them. So the ones that I keep constantly is the one that meet the vision and the things that I'm telling you about. when it comes to the family energy. I'm big on the family energy, you know, as far as how you support and treat my business and my customers and my staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like what you just said, because, you know, the main concept of this podcast is, you know, just talking about nightlife, talking about entrepreneurs, business owners, and then when we touch the base of nightlife, a major problem we have all around is like the appreciation for the DJ. I feel like it's rare when you actually find a club owner or promoter that, you know, locks in with you, shows you support, and you know that goes a long way to have a club owner right here next to us telling us the DJ is important. Like, as a DJ, I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate y'all, because again, the problem with that with a lot of club owners, that
they're running the same concept.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
They run the same concept too, but you have so many shitty DJs, right? That owners invested time and hired them, and they come in and you don't give them the blueprint, what to play, the expectation, right?
Yeah.
And then they get to the venue, they then geared off to completely something different that the owner have previously tell them about. So sometimes as owners, we get so frustrated, so tiring with dealing with these DJs BS, to where some owners get to a point where, man, I just don't want to have a DJs, right? Because of what comes with it too.
Yeah.
But again, me personally, I understand their frustration, right? The owner's part of it. But that's why I take the time as owner. I don't have my managers, promoters deal with DJs.
Yeah, I think they don't see the process. This is a process to build something. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so hiring the right staff is hard nowadays. You said it, especially with promoters, because nowadays everybody thinks they're promoted, and they're not, right? So you got to watch for your business first, because if this get on fire tomorrow, they will leave and go to work on different places.
Sure.
Yeah, they're gonna leave with the issues. So that's the really good thing, that you actually separating concepts and you actually taking care of your staff. That's really amazing. Because nowadays it's really hard to find, I can tell you for experience, it's really hard to find someone who actually worry about whatever is going on in your business and your stuff. Yeah,
right.
You're watching your clients, you're watching your customers.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it's those little details that it makes you who you are right now.
I mean, that is important though, because a lot of owners in this industry believe they don't have to be really involved like that. They will tell you, my manager will tell you, I'm involved every aspect. I'm here. You won't know I'm an owner unless somebody really tell you, because you would think I'm a bar back. You will see me cleaning, right? You could ask Roxy and April or the world. I'll be dancing with some of the customers. I'll be checking on tables. I'll be talking to the DJ, make sure everything good. I'll be outside with the security, make sure they doing what they supposed to do.
That's old school, man.
I'm checking the goddamn bathroom, make sure it's toilet papers and shit in there. You know what I'm saying? So I do all that because at the end of the day, it's important that owners to be on top of your business, because others not going to do it the way you need to, and that's why a lot of spots don't find a success, because the owner's not really involved.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, they stop caring. Yeah.
That's very important, because that also comes with the big burden of customer service.
Yes.
That plays a huge factor.
Yes, it does.
Like, I've been to many locations where, you know, the night is kind of slow, but you got 20 people, 3 tables, 4 tables, and the vibe is amazing. Everyone is spending. You know, the vibe is good, and you know, that's because of the customer service. I always say it. What makes a good DJ, what makes a good location, a good spot, is if you can hold a small crowd.
Yep.
If you can keep a small crowd for the entire night, and you having them drinking, spending, enjoying their time, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That they having a good time.
Yep. And that's one of my models though. You could have a shit on the wall spot, right? If you have a great DJ to set the vibe, and you have great customer service, it don't care how the fucking the venue look, people are gonna come.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's how it is. Now, you said your grand opening is coming.
Yes.
Is there anything, a little preview you can give us for the grand opening?
So the grand
just a little bit, so we can tell.
So the grand opening is June 14th. It's from 8 p.m. To 2 a.m. I'm actually excited. I don't get excited about too many things, right?
Okay, yeah, I can see.
But I'm
excited
excited because simple fact that I've seen the effect. I've seen how everybody's involved, staff, friends, family, pushing it, helping. We had a great marketing, a big marketing budget for that. You know, we have belly dancers. We have a snake dancers coming.
Really?
We have a violinist. Yes, somebody coming that's playing violin coming throughout the scene. We have a great new menu coming out. with crab cake, salmon, oysters. We have a great cocktail menu as well. So it's something very refreshing. I'm excited, and I believe that after that grand opening, Medusa and the Brew Garden are going to take off to the next level.
Hey, that first impression does it all. That first impression is what's going to grab your clientele. And I'm like, hey, we're going to Medusa.
Right.
Even if it's not a club, it's a chill lounge, it's a nice little restaurant, we're going to Medusa.
Right.
Just because of the ambience that it brings. So I'm excited.
We're excited.
I'm very excited to see how that's going to play out.
I hope I see you guys there now.
I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll definitely be here.
Okay.
You got to mark it on the calendar.
I got to tell you this, my girl's going to love this, especially the drinks.
Yes.
The drinks. I don't know who come up with the drinks, these concepts. They're amazing. See, everything connects. The drinks, the bar. See the little tree there?
Right.
Yeah.
This is given like you said earlier, a grown and sexy vibe, and I feel like that's very important when we talk about Charlotte scenery.
We have lost it,
because we lost that scenery.
Yeah.
Like now it's more on like just young folks who are not really spending that type of money, versus the old heads, the grown and sexy folks that they just want to go out, chill, eat their food, and spend their money, relax, and don't worry about no extra drama. So it goes a long way. It goes a long way.
So you mentioned that you don't serve bottle girls. You don't have bottle girls, or how?
I have servers, right?
You have servers.
So this ambiance is more cocktail lounge when it comes to it. We don't push bottle service here.
Yeah.
Simply because the thing about it, especially the time we in, and not only that, everybody and their mom is bottle service, bottle service.
Yeah.
Imagine this, right? And this is my method of thinking is, you go into a spot with your wife, friends, or whatever the case is, and the girl tell you automatically, you got to spend $1,000 to sit over here. 9 out of 10, that's going to push you away. Yeah. Most of the time, it's going to push you away, right? However, if you come to an environment, they say, "Oh, welcome." They make you feel welcoming. It's a nice ambiance. They say, "Oh, what would you like to sit?" They sit you down. They give you the menu. They give you the service, right? You start vibing. You like the customer service. You like the energy. There's a greater chance now, especially while you're drinking, you're going to spend more money, because now you're actually in tune in the environment, and now you end up spending more money. You end up tipping the girl more, because what I always tell at my other club, the bottle girls is, hey, stop getting so caught up on bottle service, because somebody don't want to buy a bottle service, you don't sit down. Because that person might buy a bottle service, and you make off that one bottle gratuity of $40, $60, right? You might have that one guy or that one person that came in that just might buy one drink. They might like you so much, like your customer service, they end up tipping you $100 more, $100 than what you would have made just focusing on a bottle.
Yeah, that is true.
Now, let's say, for instance, if I show up at your place and I still want to get a bottle, will I still get a bottle?
You could get a bottle. I'm not going to turn you. I'm not going to say I'm not going to turn it down. Somebody want to come and order? Absolutely, right?
You just don't offer it, but you can still serve it.
I don't push it. I don't push it. I don't market it.
That's important.
That's
you know
good,
why?
man.
Yeah, that's important, because I feel like the bottle service has ruined the nightclub scenery.
Right.
And in that and sections.
Right.
In terms of like, now you go to a nightclub, people
you
barely
can
even
sit,
people not even dancing.
Sections,
People just in the sections, just on their phones, waiting for the bottle to come out and not even vibing.
Right.
And then
because they're so caught up on bottle service. But on the flip from a business standpoint too is, on the weekends, right? Because the demand is there on the weekends, right? Instead of using the language, hey, you need to buy a bottle, you need to buy 2 bottles, just create a minimum, right? So let's say it's 5 y'all. Hey, in order to have this booth that sit 10 people, you just need to spend a $300 minimum, instead of forcing bottles on somebody down somebody's neck. Because at a certain age, not everybody want to buy bottles, focus on bottles. You might be drinking brown. I might drink tequila. You might only want beer, right? So now we debating, damn, should we get a bottle? But you only drink beer. It's not going to make sense. You know what?
Money,
don't worry about the section. Don't worry about the section. But if I tell you, fellas, welcome. If you want this booth right here, just spend $300. Nothing to worry about. Then you go. Nothing to worry about.
More diverse, more flexible.
Right. Yeah. So it's not a back and forth between us three whether or not we want to drink one bottle or what bottle we got to get.
Okay.
Yeah, like being my first time here, how many days are you planning to be open?
I'm open every day.
You're every
Oh,
day?
wow.
Monday
really?
to Sunday, yeah. On my
From,
spot, Monday to Sunday.
morning to night?
Here
Or
is
you-
from 4 to 12 a.m. during the week. Fridays and Saturdays we open from, Fridays we open at 3 to 2 a.m. Saturday at 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. because we do brunch.
Yeah.
Sunday from at 12 p.m. as well because we do brunch to 2 a.m. So on the weekend, on Friday night and Saturday we close at 2 a.m.
I can tell you that the food smells good.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We got
is
good
there
feedback.
any special expectations for the brunch? Like if you want to invite friends for the brunch, do you have any like specials?
Well, if you come for brunch, one of the brunches we do a lot of specials on mimosas. We have the towers. We even have our shrimp and grits. A lot of people love the shrimp and grits. I get good feedback about that. And a lot of people love our salmon bites.
Okay. Y'all got it going on. Y'all,
Yeah, so-
I'm excited to come on
excited,
here.
yeah.
How important is location in Charlotte in terms of opening a business?
Very, very important. Very important. So that's another reason when I had found out through him the spot was available, and I know it was a Noda area, and I see the location is in a prime location. It's across the street. There's apartments around. There's other business around. It's free parking across the street from it, because most spot uptown in Noda you go right. Either you can't find parking, or you have to pay for parking in Noda, right?
Right.
So when I noticed that it was a big parking spot across the street.
it's free.
There's apartment complex around, other businesses, foot traffic. That was no brainer. Just like my other location, when I noticed that it was right by the Panther Stadium, right? And I noticed that it also had its own parking space, I jump on an opportunity. So that's also very important when you're making a decision about a nightclub. I'm not a big fan of nightclubs that don't have parking.
Yeah.
Because you can only really, majority of the time you find success on the weekends. It's hard during the week because, of 9 to 5 and people paying for parking don't want to. I've never been a big fan of that. So I like to find a spot that have its own private parking.
Yeah, right now it's like a little hard to find parking spots on most of every place you go now. You have to, in general, you have to pay for parking.
Yeah. I mean, the
Yeah.
city growing. I mean, Charlotte is this top 3 city that people moving into every year.
Yeah.
So and they building apartments left and right. So yeah, parking is tough, but when you find a place that have its own parking, it's a blessing.
It is.
And you got to jump on it quick.
And I'm speechless. Like, you guys have been doing an amazing job, and I didn't even know you guys had the grand opening yet. Like, I'm
thought it was
surprised.
open already.
Yeah, I thought it was already open. And it just shows how important the teamwork is. Because going back to the staff, your staff is going to rock out with you 10 times more if they see that you're invested in them as well, not just the business, if that makes
Correct.
sense. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's dope. Any other questions you got, fam?
Mike, so how do you see this business in a year?
I see this business in a year very
This is your
profitable.
baby.
Yeah. I mean, very profitable. So that question, right? It's very rare somebody going to say their business, oh, nah, in a year from now,
Yeah.
I'm going to lose or I'm not going to be profitable. But in a year, I'm very confident that obviously the previous owner sold it for a reason, right? It wasn't making the profit that they wanted to on top of him relocating. But in a year from now, Medusa Brew Garden is going to be the spot, the place, the restaurant, the lounge, the bar that everybody is continuing to go to, talking about the traffic, and I'm very confident it's going to make double, triple.
Yeah, I heard it here first. High vibes. I heard it here
High vibe
first.
podcast.
All right, we're gonna win. Just remember what I say that, right? But by the grace of God, every spot that I done put the effort, energy, it'll succeed.
Amen. You always got to put God first. In,
Absolutely,
all your
man.
business.
Absolutely.
Always.
This is
put
blessed
God
is why
first.
we're here.
And it's important that you're determined and you already kind of know what you want. You have your goals set in line, because a lot of times with these businesses, like you said earlier, they just give up.
Right.
They give up, and with a business, you're gonna have your losses.
For sure,
It
for
comes
sure.
with it, especially initiating it, starting it. You're gonna have your losses
For
all
sure.
around. But it's what you do to maneuver and stay consistent and stay being
sure.
productive.
For sure, you can't cheat the process. You cheat the process, you're gonna end up seeing what the cost of cheating the process, right? So like a lot of owners, especially in this industry, they don't want to put money towards marketing. You gotta have a marketing team that where you constantly giving people something refreshing, something exciting, and give them the vision of what it's about. Because you gotta understand, whether it's a restaurant, lounge, or club, if it's the same venue, you can't sell the same idea concept every year. At some point, you have to revamp, rechange,
to stay relevant,
and show a different marketing strategy to get different people coming in. Because trust me, every year you're doing the same thing, same DJ, same. You gotta switch it up.
It's boring.
Yeah, and you gotta put money towards marketing. You got to.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you that. How important is marketing? How you manage your marketing? Because that also comes with competition. Because there's always gonna be competition, and what kind of puts you a little bit ahead is your marketing.
I mean, marketing.
How you sell yourself?
No, marketing is number one. Without the marketing, without the foot traffic, you ain't gonna win.
Yeah.
You look at McDonald's, for example, right? McDonald's been around before
for years.
Any one of us been here, right?
Right.
But they still market. They still have commercial. They still have billboard. And just think about it, right? So in a sense, to an average person, well, they shouldn't market. They are already successful. They have one every corner. But they still do it because they understand the importance of it. So as newcomers, new business owners that's only been around for a couple of years, there's no reason why we should stop our marketing.
So right now we have a few minutes, but can you please tell our viewers, your customers, whoever's gonna be watching this, where they can find you and the timing, if there is an Instagram or website they can book a table or anything, can you please?
Sure, yes. So you guys can find me on, I'm not that big on my personal social media, but it's m.dorsey29 Instagram. That's really all I use personally. I do have a Facebook. I haven't used it for years. You can find Medusa Lounge CLT page. You can find Dream CLT as well on Instagram. And you can find Zodiac Bar and Grill as well on Instagram. I appreciate y'all support.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you, man, to even
have us in your environment. This is just a preview. We want to do another interview with you. We're going to talk more because I want the people to actually know who you are, and what you bring to the table, what you bring into the city, because I think your concept is a game changer.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate you even having us here and taking 20 minutes, 30 minutes and just chopping it up with us. I
gotta try that menu.
Thank you. I'm glad you're smiling about the menu, but
man,
okay.
I'm excited for the hookah. Like, he's excited for the food.
You like the hookah?
Man, I'm a hookah guy. I love it. Like, I love it. And second I walked in, I told April, I was like, shit, they got Medusa on the hookah. Like, what the hell? Like, that shit caught my attention right away.
I was smelling food, man.
Okay, good. Thank you, fellas.
Any little shout outs you want to give before we wrap it up?
Man, just thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you, April. Thank you, Roxy, for rocking with us, for giving us opportunity, for just help me build the vision and the dream that we have in our entertainment here at Medusa. So I'm excited. Pull up on us Latin Friday. And then we're going to party like a rock star, right?
We're going to party. Well, my brother, again, thank you so much and part of the High Vibe scene for having us here. Another wonderful episode right here in Medusa, different scenery. DJ Melvino,
Jose, Chino,
and Mike Dorsey. Let's go.
There you go, baby.
Let's go. High Vibe Podcast.
Perfect.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all.